I worked for
Can
the
you hold
chief.
it a little bit
I
closer?
worked for the chief of police for the Department of Natural Resources as his confidential secretary for 10 years. Right. So how the hell did I get that job? I'll never know, because they background checked me, they fingerprinted me, they paw printed me, they polygraphed me, and when it all came down to shit to shove, here's what they said. I got in there with one of the sergeants and one lady from HR, and the main question they wanted to know was, Alexandra, how many times have you smoked marijuana? And on the written background check, I said, 25? And then he said, how many times have you smoked marijuana? I said, I went to Evergreen. Yes. And so if I had an extra hand, I took my two hands and I pretended like I was rolling a joint, and I did a little roly licky, and then I'm like, this is the real world. And this was before pot was legal. So, but honesty is the best policy. So I landed this job. And that was one reason why, because honesty is the best policy. If you lie, Boys and Girl Scouts, you're gonna get caught in your bullshit, and it's not gonna go well. So my mama told me, don't lie, because honesty is the best policy. And it's in the Bible, I think, but anyway. So flash forward, I got the job because I was honest, and also because they asked me in my very first interview, they said, Alexandra, how do you manage stress in the workplace? I said, the boss was the chief. I said, Chiefy, I get up on my desk and I sit lotus style and I meditate. And there was like two Tinas or something, anyway, and they laughed their asses off, and that was like, I knew I'd sealed the deal right there. I knew I'd sealed it, but then I had to get through the polygraph, I had to get through the background, I had to get through the psych test, and I literally lost my hair going through this whole process. Fortunately, it grew back. Okay, so now, flash forward. I'm going to try to stay on topic because I was hired December 15th, 2011. Flash forward, April Fool's Day. Little did I know that one of my peeps, one of my girlfriends that I had made in the workplace, she was an April Fool's prankster, right? And so I'm on the phone with the chief, right? Still relatively a virgin to this whole police business. I was not intended to work for the police, so I thought. But the bennies were good, right? State of Washington, y'all know. Yeah, so I was on the phone call with chief, and I was trying to be a lady and man my P's and my Q's and talk, like cops speak. And anyway, I get off the phone with him, and she was eavesdropping, bitch, sneaks around into my confidential queue, and she said, do you realize, Alex, that you just told him you loved him? I said, oh, fuck me. So I called the chief back, and I said, Chief, did I just tell you I loved you? And he said, no. I'm like, Tanya, I'm not going to say the C word, but that's what was going through my mind. I'm like, I'm going to get you, bitch. I'm going to get you. And I did. I worked there for 10 years, and there were many, many times. There were April Fool's days where I did not show up for work because I was terrified. she was going to come after me because she was crazy in all the right ways. Anyway, so I know I'm running out of time here, but my final one was, so I got invited to this meeting, and there were the chief, there were two sergeants, there was another woman who was like an IT geek from Fish and Wildlife, and little old me. And I wasn't in a wheelchair then, so I gimped in. I'm an incomplete quadriplegic, in case anyone's wondering. So I gimped my little butt in there, and I was late because I wasn't anticipating the 8 a.m. traffic because I was a part-timer. Anyway, so I get my way in there, and I show up in this meeting room, and there's the chief, and there's the 2 sergeants, and then there's this woman I'd never met before. And I walked in and I said, "Oh shoot, I'm laptopless." And she said, "I didn't know it was going to be that kind of a meeting." So anyway, I think that's about all I got. And this is my first time, so I hope you enjoyed my funny little tidbits about, I got more. There's more. I know I'm gonna get gonged like the Gong Show, if any of you are old enough to remember the Gong Show. But yeah, laptopless. And no, I did not tell the chief I loved him. And yes, I passed the background check. Woo!